Welcome to the Morning Blitz with John Abraham, Captain Cool, and the Bandiman Bailey Lowery. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Captain Cool.
Hello and welcome in, everybody, to a Flow Friday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman Bailey Lowery.
Hey.
And Bandy, what we did yesterday was it was pretty amazing, I gotta say. We got all the steals we could have in the fantasy football draft, in the doghouse football league that we got going down here on the station. We get to see a lot of our listeners, a lot of the great people that we get to talk to quite a bit on the shows.
Indeed.
But in person. And now we get to go up against them yet again in some fantasy football, and it's always a great time. I wore my ring, I was just like showing it off a little bit.
Yeah, that ring hurts, by the way.
You were so close.
Like a lot.
So close to grabbing it. But then...
well, no, I'm talking about when you just...
Oh, no.
When we high-fived after it was all over and your ring stabbed me in my thumb.
It didn't stab you. It just smacked your bone on your thumb. You know, that little...
right here.
It's not the knuckle, but it's like this little joint that connects it to the hand. I don't exactly know what that is. I mean, I guess it kind of is a knuckle in a way. I don't know. Either way.
A ring and a weapon.
You guys can find us over on Twitter and online at 97.7 ESPN and on Facebook at 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And while you're at it, go and find us on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV for more than just sports talk. We got a lot of conversations to get into. I think we're going to take a little bit of a break from the college football today. We might just touch a little bit on it, but
just a little bit.
Mainly going to talk a little bit about NFL as well as just fantasy, as well as just the two great conversations we're going to have today with one Mr. Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone in Nashville, as well as head coach of the Sparkman Senators football team, Ronnie Watson. We'll be talking to him later on in the show to kind of preview what he's got cooking up in the oven for that Sparkman Senators team. Because let me tell you, I've been watching a lot of film over that team, just the same way you've been watching a lot over Randolph, and we gotta admit, I mean, these teams are looking stacked.
Look, I'm ready.
I'm ready too, baby.
I'm ready for it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I was just yesterday putting together the finishing touches on the spot chart, and, having to go through and really get acquainted with a lot of these players is really the coolest thing about it, because I slowly become fans of a lot of these guys, and then I'm just like, okay, well, you know what? This guy's a basic. This guy's humongous. It's like, I wish I had that size when I was back in high school football, I got to say. But I look back on my high school football team, and I can't say any of the guys were as big as what we got going down in Sparkman, as well as Randolph for you, Bandyman, because these kids are just getting bigger.
But yeah, we started off against pretty much against West Morgan last year too, just in an unfortunate loss so over at West Morgan. But now they're coming into town. They're coming to Huntsville. I'm ready to see Randolph get that run back and get the payback and start off 1-0 at home tonight.
Yeah, and you guys can listen to all the games live on our station online on zones 1 through 5 or 4. We're not having the game of the week this time, but next week we will start up with all of that stuff. But on zone 1, which is this station right here, you guys can listen to Tom Abraham on the Buckhorn versus Madison County game. And then Madison Academy is going up against Deschler on zone 2. On zone 3, the Bandyman as well as Drew DeArmond is going to be covering the Randolph versus West Morgan game. And then me as well as my older brother, who does a wonderful, wonderful job at pretty much everything he does. I don't know how he's just so involved with all this stuff. And we're going to be covering the Sparkman versus Hazel Green game, which, if you guys remember last year, it was quite a good one for the Sparkman Senators. So hopefully they can kind of run it back to start off this 2023 season. So a lot to listen to tonight.
Yes.
And then a lot going into the weekend as well. We have college football, where you're going to be able to listen to some of that here. And then on top of that, obviously moving forward throughout the football season, you're going to be able to listen to Alabama football on this here station. It's going to be wonderful.
Now, see, that would be fun over there for you for Sparkman. I mean, you're going to get yourself a double dose of Abraham over there.
Yeah. It's
and honestly, doing like play-by-play or color commentary with your brother sounds really fun.
I know. I mean, I talked to him yesterday about like how it's going to go down. Like, it's just like, I'm a little bit more fresh with this than he is, but that guy, I mean, He's done it before. He used to do the play-by-play for my actual old high school up in Franklin County, and there were a few times where he did get the Tom Abraham on that to do a little bit of color, and I gotta say they do a great job, and I'm hoping that I can kind of carry that same type of trend with the older brother Joseph Abraham. So it's going to be a lot of fun talking with him and just talking about the football. Obviously, talking to Ronnie Watson later on in the show. But, Bandy, we did a draft yesterday, okay? We did a draft, and we will get into the rest of the conversations throughout the show because we do need to talk about the Tennessee Titans. We need to talk about their upcoming matchup tonight, as well as a few of the quarterbacks that are kind of in an uncertain spot right now. Obviously, we've been talking a little bit about Trey Lance as well as Kyler Murray. But now it looks like Kyler Murray might not even play this season, according to some reports that have come out, according to Pro Football Network. And that's another reason why they picked up a new quarterback, and we'll tell you guys who they picked up when we get deep into this show. But, Bandy, you got your list? You got your football team right here?
I do. I got it on my phone.
All right. Well, let's just...
I got my picture of it.
Let's just whip this thing out, okay? Because I'm no fantasy football guru.
Oh, come on. See, this is why you don't take pictures sideways, because I'm trying to look at it sideways and it keeps turning over on my phone.
I just brought my old-fashioned paper. I love the feel. It's the same with books, okay? I don't do e-books. I like the feel of the pages. But, Bandy, we already did our draft, and we're going to ask Joe Hunk as well, like what his sneaky picks would be. But let's kind of just go through ours. Bandy, first string quarterback. This is not my bright side, but it is a side that I could see being pretty solid throughout this season. Bandy, you go first because I know you got the better quarterback.
Okay, my first string, yeah, I got Lamar.
You got Lamar, okay.
Again, I drafted him like 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And he's always been good.
You've been sticking with him. He is a great fantasy quarterback. I went the exact same route, but I didn't go with Lamar. I went with Justin Fields.
Okay.
Because I think that obviously he's going to be getting a lot of the carries for that Bears team. Unless they want to pick up maybe a Jonathan Taylor, it's just a thing that might come to fruition. Who knows? But for running backs, Bandy, I'll go first on this one. I got Breece Hall as well as Aaron Jones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I also have Breece Hall.
Nice.
As well as Joe Milton.
Okay.
And for reserve, Miles Sanders.
Yeah, and on my reserves, I have Rachaad White from the Buccaneers. He's a sneaky one right there, okay? A lot of people were passing up on him, as well as A.J. Dillon from the Packers as well, because 3 years in a row, Bandy, I've gotten both Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, and you know what? It is a beautiful, beautiful 1-2 punch. Who do you got for wide receivers?
Wide receivers, I'm running with Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, and... Hold on, who's the other one?
Who's running your list? You were able to get everybody.
Let's see. I have my backup wide receiver to Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett? Okay, that's a solid one over there in Seattle. I myself got Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
I think going to be the best wide receiver. I think Justin Jefferson's obviously a wonderful pick for anybody that picks him, but I don't know if he can keep the same productivity as he had last season. But Tyreek Hill, with Tua, a fresh Tua, it's going to be great, even though he's going to have to split some stuff with, obviously, Jalen Waddle as well as the rest of that crew. But that goes for the same with Breece Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Dalvin Cook now over in the Jets, and it's going to be a little bit of back and forth. It might be like that Ezekiel Elliott, Ramondre Stevenson type of split on carries. But on top of Garrett Wilson as well as Tyreek Hill, I also got Tyler McLaurin.
Nice.
Wide receiver for the Commanders, as well as Jordan Addison.
Okay.
Another sleepy little pick. Not a lot of guys are looking at because he's a rookie.
That is true.
I think he's going to do some great stuff on top of, obviously, Justin Jefferson being over there in Minnesota. Who do you get for a tight end?
From a tight end, I have... Gosh, what's his first name? Giants tight end.
Giants tight end?
Waller.
I'm not...
Something Waller.
Tyler Waller? No.
It starts with a D.
D? Dylan Waller?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not 100%.
Either way, Waller for the Giants is my tight end, as well as Zach Ertz.
All right, Zach Ertz, solid pick. Is he still on the Cardinals?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I got Mark Andrews. Okay.
Nice.
Pretty
you
solid
can't go
pick.
wrong with Mark Andrews.
Can't go wrong with him. It is straight up just like it's one of the better picks. I mean, you just can't go wrong with him. On top of him, I did not get any other tight ends, but I didn't say my flex, who is Deontay Johnson, who directly after I picked him, I saw in the Steelers game, he had a massive catch from, obviously, Kenny Pickett, who did pretty good last night in their little matchup and in their shutout against the Falcons. Bandy, who'd you get for your flex, or if not your flex, defense?
Well, I mean, I've got backups at every position, so I'm trying to. So I mean, I can just kind of throw in any of those earlier guys into a flex, like a Miles Sanders or a Lockett or Ertz.
Yeah.
Who do you have for your kicker, actually, before we hit defense? Or kickers?
Can we say 3, 2, 1, Daniel Carlson?
I was actually looking for mine.
You were supposed to say the exact same thing, but I guess, yeah, you
I do have Daniel Carlson. Yeah, okay. No, I forgot I had Daniel Carlson.
We talked about this directly after. Me and Bandy were looking through our list like, oh, look at what we
And then
got.
Matt Gay, too, for a backup.
Yeah, and he's a solid kicker.
Yeah,
He's a solid kicker.
You got to get the backups for bye weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how he's kicking now for his current team. Who's he playing for now? Because he's not for the Rams anymore. Because that's who I had him with.
Darren Waller.
Okay,
that was the tight end for Georgia.
Darren Waller. Okay, I was close.
Thank you,
I
Drew.
was close. On top of that, my bench is full of Kirk Cousins. My quarterback he's always the backup quarterback I got to go for. If you guys cannot find a quarterback, Kirk Cousins is the guy to go with, okay? Because he might not look like he's a solid performer in fantasy, but he is a solid performer in fantasy. On top of him, I also got... This one was my girlfriend's pick. I said, hey, pick a random player on this huge list and just let me know. Because she always gets one in, okay? Because she picked A.J. Dillon for me a few years back. She picked Ryan Tannehill. Probably one of the worst quarterbacks you could have picked in fantasy, but you know what? It's totally
So
fine.
you're rocking with the 3 QBs?
Yeah, I'll probably get rid of Ryan Tannehill just randomly.
Hey, that was my strat last year. I had Gardner Minshew.
Well, if I wanted a quarterback that I could maybe trade away in the future, I wouldn't have picked Ryan Tannehill. Nobody's gonna want Ryan Tannehill.
Very true.
I'll have to drop him and pick up somebody who's doing a little bit better.
Okay, what's your defense looking like?
My defense is the Saints defense. Can't lose with the Saints defense, Bandy.
I've got the 49ers defense.
Solid defense right there. It's the whole reason Brock Purdy looks like a absolute beast. Okay.
I may have went in on a defense.
How many defense did you get?
Not 1.
Okay.
Not 2.
Bandy, come on now.
I got 3.
You had 3 defenses? You can only play 1.
I have the Saints and the Packers defense. Now,
The Saints is good.
Okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a little evil yesterday.
Yeah.
When it got to the later rounds, I was like, okay, you know what? I've got my starters. I've got my backups for bye weeks.
Man wanted to overload.
Let's just start taking options off the board.
I mean, those are 3 defenses. You got 3 defenses that people will definitely want to trade for, okay? Because obviously Packers, that's Tom's starting defense, I believe, and then obviously 49ers. And on top of that, again, people may not be looking at the Saints like they're going to be whoa, but first off, they're top 5 on the sheet, okay, on the fantasy sheets, well as...
Look at their division.
The division is trash, okay? So this is the reason why we picked them, because they're playing those teams twice throughout the season. They should have some good games against the Falcons, against the Panthers, and against all the other guys. So I think it's going to be a solid little choice. I need to maybe get a little bit depth on my defense, but at the same time, you can't injure your defense. I mean, you can only have one.
I'm about to say, if you're in my league, what could you offer me for that Packers defense?
Well, nothing, because you're not in my league. Bandy's in the different league. And I, for whatever reason,
I'm in the Undertaker league.
There were 10 people in that league, and he was still able to get probably just as many good picks, if not more, on his fantasy team. But you guys let us know who's got the better team. I personally think I got a few sleepers on mine, so you guys may not understand the method that I'm going to put in. But give it until week 6, and I'll be 7-0. You know, it's week 6 and I'm 7-0. Either way, I'm
going to be 0-7.
We have to. Well, with those 3 defenses, probably. Sheesh. Maybe put a defensive flex. You can maybe do that. We got to hop into a break, guys. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. You guys can also call in, maybe not next segment, but later on at 256-576-4977
97.7
is the number to call. We'll be right back here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Philip Love of not only Eagle Insulation, now he represents Eagle Companies. Eagle through the years have added several companies to help individuals or builders through their construction renovation process. Eagle is known to represent quality, efficiency, and professionalism. Philip, I know you do insulation, but do you do masonry?
We do.
Do you do grading, erosion control, and dirt hauled off?
We do.
Do you do after paint, which includes shower doors, mirrors, shelving blinds, and bath hardware?
Yes, we do, Wes.
Do you do landscaping and irrigation?
Yes, we do.
So basically, Eagle can help you all along your process of building your house or doing renovations. So do you do plumbing?
We do not, Wes, but we can find somebody to do it.
Just give them time. They'll be there. Anyway, call Eagle Insulation at
256-755-1556.
Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Call Eagle today.
Thanks, Wes.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at Alumni Hall. Alumni Hall is the ultimate shopping experience for Alabama and Auburn fans. Located right here in Huntsville, come shop the best selection of officially licensed apparel, hats, Yeti, accessories, and gifts. Whether you're heading to the spring game or shopping graduation gifts or just love to show your school pride daily, come see us at Alumni Hall. University students, faculty, and military receive 10% off in store, and you can earn cash back with our Hall Pass rewards. Alumni Hall, located in Bridge Street Shopping Center, or shop anytime at alumnihall.com.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air back in studio with us. And Thomas, those temperatures in the summertime starting to rise once again. You want to make sure you're not left out in the heat. You want some cold AC, give Talent Heating and Air a call.
That's right. If you give us a call, we can generally get out there the same day. So we pride ourselves on the same day service.
And what's that number?
256-503-4490.
And if those AC units are giving you the blues and you've already called someone else, never fear, give Talent Heating and Air a call because you guys can still come out.
That's right. We do free second opinions on major repairs and quotes. A lot of times we save our customers thousands of dollars and additionally get their units repaired before the other guy could even get started.
And that number for Talent Heating and Air is?
256-503-4490.
And if you can't give Talent Heating and Air a call, you can find them online at
talenthvac.com.
Schedule all your appointment service calls there. Talent Heating and Air. Give them a call or find them online today.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Simply another incredibly hot afternoon across North Alabama, southern, middle Tennessee. Temperatures climbing into the upper 90s. Some of us could see the lower triple digits. Factor in a dew point in the mid and upper 70s, and we're talking about heat indices anywhere between 110 and 112 degrees. It is going to be incredibly hot for Friday night football. Please make sure you stay hydrated if you are going out and watching a local game. Temperatures only drop into the mid 70s through the overnight, early into your Saturday morning. A mostly sunny sky Saturday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the upper 90s, lower triple digits. Maybe we get a little bit of rain in here Saturday night, early into Sunday morning. Isolated showers both Sunday and Monday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hello, welcome back in, everybody, to the Morning Blitz. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside Bandiman, Bailey, Lowery.
Hey.
Here on a Flow Friday. Flow Supreme Air, guys. Go and check them out. It's a wonderful little place where you can jump on trampolines and do backflips. We're gonna have a few little things you can hop into, call in and all that stuff. 256-5764
97.7
is the number to call in, and you guys can give us your. You know what? Today we're not gonna do the hot takes. We're gonna do your best fantasy football name. Okay, since that is right around the corner, and then we will put you into the drawing for the Party of 10 giveaway that we are doing to Flow Supreme Air. So definitely want to get in on that. But Bandy, we gotta hop into a conversation. Okay, Tennessee Titans football is looking pretty solid. Will Levis is drinking mayonnaise or whatever. Dude, that guy's crazy. As well as just a bunch of rookies doing a bunch of cool stuff. So we got one guy from Nashville named Joe Hunk to give us all the intel on that team. Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. We don't need Will Levis to get Mayo endorsements. We need him to get his tail on the field tonight. How about that?
Yeah.
How about you get on the field? How about you do that? That would be really, really beneficial for everybody involved. So if you actually, play in one of the last 2 preseason games that you have of the season when you're trying to become the number 2 quarterback, how about you do that?
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah, he's got a lifetime deal with Hellman's mayonnaise now, and I think it's the goofiest thing ever because of course he's gotta. I mean, he's a rookie coming in. It's the same. Bijan Robinson's got his own little sauce or spread or whatever he's got. I mean, for the whole mayonnaise and coffee thing, I mean, I want to ask you. I mean, is this something you would try, or is this something that's just going to start breaking out?
No. Look, here's the thing. Okay. When there was a point in time where I was, obviously I've done radio in Huntsville for years.
Yeah.
And we were doing a promotion one time, and it was called a sink full of mayo.
Oh, okay.
And it was at Baumhauer's.
Oh,
right? So again, so we're doing it at Baumhauer's. And what happens is we got this big, your industrial tub or your industrial sink that you'll put in your garage or something along those lines with paint and all that. And we filled it with mayonnaise.
Ugh.
Now, again, sink full of mayo on Cinco de Mayo. So it's May and mayonnaise, and we're doing this outside of the OG Baumhauer's off of Airport. And to win, we put all these prizes inside of the bucket, and you had to stick your face in to get it.
Oof, that'd ruin mayonnaise for
me.
me.
Didn't like mayonnaise before that. I definitely didn't like it after being outside for 2 hours doing this event because it just grossed me out.
Yeah.
So we were talking about something on the radio station yesterday, when this popped up about Will Levis, and we thought, what is there something that you legitimately could be given a life-size supply of, and you would not accept it because that would mean that you have to use it?
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw, yeah,
See?
that's pretty bad.
No. Not doing mayonnaise, not doing coleslaw, not doing any of that garbage.
Sardines.
Okay? So I don't care if you want to give me a lifetime supply of it. I'm not doing it.
Huh.
So we're good.
I don't know.
We're good. Now, no. Who wants a lifetime supply of mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I can agree with you on that because it's I like a little bit of mayonnaise on my burgers. I always get the same thing: lettuce, mayonnaise, cheese. But
no, see, I like mayonnaise too. I'm a big fan of it too.
But whenever there's so much, that's when it kind of gets a little gross. It's just and having it outside too. I mean, that stuff's gonna evaporate, and then there's gonna be mayonnaise raining on us, and it's just gonna not be a fun time.
I don't think there's anything worse than hot mayonnaise.
Yeah, well. Hot sardine.
Yeah.
No, wait.
It's
hot
every
milk.
other type of
hot
mayonnaise
milk.
is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you go to a Subway place and you ask for mayonnaise on it, and then you forget to tell them to not toast it. Ugh.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You guys make it out like it's terrible.
Every bit of this is horrible. Every single bit of this is bad.
And then, I mean, he puts it in his coffee.
I'm sitting in a drive-thru right now, about to get something to eat, and y'all are grossing me out.
Oh, you're the one that brought up the tub of mayonnaise.
Well, at least it's breakfast.
You're the one that brought up Will Levis and his mayonnaise endorsement.
I was gonna wait till the end of the conversation to get into that, but you know what? Now it's out of the way. But Joe, I want to ask you a question. Okay, we've got obviously a lot through this preseason. We got to see a lot of the younger players get in some of these games. We got to see Anthony Richardson finish off his preseason, playing finally a second game game in the NFL. Kind of just give us a little bit of your picks on who the best rookies that you've seen in all of the NFL, not just the Tennessee Titans side of things.
Well, the best rookies are going to be ones that you're not going to hear about.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you're talking about offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, if you weren't a Tennessee Titan fan, you wouldn't care one bit about Peter Skoronski.
True.
You just wouldn't. Like, it is, you wouldn't think about him. You wouldn't talk about him. Thank you very much, ma'am. I appreciate that. Have a great day. Like, you wouldn't think about it or do anything. Like, you go. So you want to focus on Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. Those are the quarterbacks in those scenarios. But see, the thing about those players particularly, and I'm not avoiding the question. I'm just explaining that with the offensive schemes that these players and these coaches are putting in, you're not really seeing anything right now. You're just not, because they're not putting out their number one plays or their number one offense. For instance, the Titans in the last 2 games have done absolutely zero hurry-up at all. They are, and that's going to be something that they're going to focus on this season, is being more hurry-up, no huddle at times in the game. They have done absolutely none of that this season, in this preseason. So that's where the plays are coming in about the actual about those types of players that you're asking about, because, yes, we're going to focus on those. Will Anderson has played tremendous in his preseason games. Like, if you're talking about those, because I bring up somebody like Will Anderson because, no, he's probably not stunning. He's probably not blitzing the way that he normally would, but what he is doing is he's getting the reads.
Yeah.
He's looking at it, and he's attacking the quarterback, because even though they're not running the offensive plays, the defenses, even though they're not stunning, they're not doing the exotic blitzes, they're not switching on right before snap into a different set, they're not doing a lot of that stuff in preseason. They are working on the fundamentals of being able to make sure that they're going to close in on the running back, and they're going to be able to make sure that they drop back into coverage and defend well. Will Anderson has done absolutely tremendous. Bijan Robinson has done okay for the Falcons, but he hasn't really been able to show much for him. You know, Darnell Wright is another one of those guys that you'll be talking about with him. Like, those are the types of players that you look at and go, all right, they're at least doing their job because they're not doing anything crazy. Like, they're actually performing, and we're not sitting here going, okay, is this guy going to be a bust before he ever does it?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that is what the preseason is all about. It's a lot of the more basic schemes, either on offense or defense, just to kind of get these quarterbacks and these players into it, as well as you don't want to give out your whole deck of cards prior to the season starting. But real quick, Joe, because we already got to get you out of here. I'm sorry.
Well, you wasted it on Will Levis.
Look, no, I'm not even going to get back into that. All right, Tennessee Titans. Tonight, what do we expect out of this team going against the Patriots?
What I want to see is I want to see starters. Like, I actually, like, people killed me up in Nashville about this on yesterday, because I'm one of the few people. I want to see the starters on the field. I want Hopkins in. I want Tannehill in. I want the number one offensive line, because the one thing that the Titans struggle with the past 2 seasons is that they go into the first game of the season and they struggle in the first half. They did it against the Arizona Cardinals. They did it against the New York Giants. And I'm tired of that, because they're actually going up against real opponents and real teams. And, yes, they only did 1 joint practice because of what happened with the Patriots. And I want to see them actually be able to work on timing routes. I want Diop and I want Tannehill to work on those types of things. I don't want to see Derrick Henry. Don't step him on the field. He only has so much mileage left on those tires where he can be a dominant running back. Let's keep those for the regular season.
Of course.
What we're probably going to see is Malik and Will Levis. And honestly, I want to see Malik improve from what he did last week, because X's and O's as far as decision-making, some say he did great, some say he messed up. The Titans got a win, and he never actually screwed up on a lot of things, because he made up with it for athletic ability. But I also want to see Will Levis improve from something in week 1. I want to see him actually on the field, which we still don't know if he's actually going to do tonight.
Great stuff from Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. Joe, let the people know where they can find you online and on socials.
You can follow me at Joe Hunk. You can watch the Gamer Zone every single Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, which I cannot give you a final score of because Madden just absolutely died on me.
I saw it.
It died. Not only did it die, it deleted itself.
Oh.
Like, I didn't know that was even possible.
Oh.
Wait, like it uninstalled itself?
Deleted itself.
Deleted the franchise.
No, it deleted the franchise.
Oh,
so what we did is see, now you've got me into this. So what happens is Patriots score. I'm returning a kickoff with Mason Kinsey. I'm at the point of contact, and Mason Kinsey's getting popped by like 2 or 3 Patriots, and then the game just goes back to the start menu.
Yeah. No. Sounds like Madden.
And then I go, all right, no big deal. It may have just, the game may have dropped. Let me just log back in, get back in the franchise. It may start me back at the beginning of the quarter, something like that. All right, we'll start it back over at the beginning of the quarter. I go to the franchise, delete it. Gone.
That's unfortunate. I hope
because I had to start a franchise because that's the only way that you can do the preseason games where they're subbing in the 2s and 3s because you can't do that if you're just doing an exhibition.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Gone.
well, I hope you can get back to where you were because I was quite entertained from the football that you were playing, even though you were getting absolutely demolished. It's totally fun.
Dude, I was doing so many dumb things. That's why I enjoyed it. Because I could do all the dumb stuff, and it's preseason, so nobody can really roast me on it. Because all I can say is, "Hey, it's the preseason. We're working on things."
True that. Well, we appreciate your time, Joe.
Take it seriously.
And we can't wait to.
Love you. Bye.
Love that guy. He's such a free spirit. Plus, he plays video games. He's a cool dude. Yeah. Either way, we gotta hop into a break. When we come back, we're gonna stick with a little bit of the NFL, talk about these quarterbacks that might not see the field this season, as well as possibly hopping into a little bit of ACC news as they look to possibly realign a little bit of what's going down in that conference. That's all what's coming up here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Check out VSiN's catalog of original podcasts, daily and weekly programming to keep you in the know when you're on the go. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the
desert.
desert.
Major League Baseball postseason races remain tight. The Braves seem secure atop the NL East, while the Dodgers seem pretty safe atop the National League West. Other than that, division titles are all up for grabs. So are a number of wild card spots. Baltimore's the favorite to win the American League East at -250. AL West, it's the Astros at +140. AL Central, the Twins at -1600. The Braves lead the NL East. Atlanta, the current favorite to win the National League at +155. NL West, the Dodgers -140. NL Central -250 Milwaukee. Atlanta, the World Series favorite at +320. Get the latest lines and more at vsin.com.
Valley Equipment Rental has grown by leaps and bounds over the past year and is adding more and more equipment to their already impressive fleet. Valley is a locally owned family equipment rental business serving the entire Tennessee Valley. They concentrate on the local contractors, building repeat business and specializing in long-term rentals for their local contractors. The benefit of long-term rental is that they stay on top of their assets. If something you own goes down in the field, you have to stop and fix it before you can finish the job. With Valley Equipment Rental, they will fix it on site or bring you another machine while that one's being fixed. More importantly, Valley is locally owned and operated, which means when you have an issue, you can get someone on it right away, right here in the Valley. Heck, ask for Ross Roberts, the owner, if you like. Try calling one of the big box national outlets and asking for the owner. That's if you can even get through the automation. Buy local. Buy Valley Equipment Rental. Valley Equipment Rental has 2 locations, one on the North and South Parkway. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowery of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
You're starting to see more and more of them on the road in Huntsville, Madison, and North Alabama. And we've got them in stock, on the ground, ready for you to test drive. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and I'm talking about the all-electric Mustang Mach-E. Come experience the torque, exhilaration, and technology of our all-electric 2023 Mach-E, and you'll see why folks are leasing and buying them as fast as we can get them. And that's not to mention you may qualify for a $7,500 tax credit. Woody Anderson Ford is offering financing as low as 2.9% for 60 months, plus $3,000 in bonus cash on the 2023 Mustang Mach-E. Or you can lease one for $449 a month. And we've also got 23 Bronco Sports for $399 a month. These are 36-month leases with $52.71 on Mach-E, $37.09 on Bronco Sport due at signing. Zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. These offers end September 4th. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Come on in today. Woody Anderson Ford, hope to see you soon.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Simply another incredibly hot afternoon across North Alabama, southern, middle Tennessee. Temperatures climbing into the upper 90s. Some of us could see the lower triple digits. Factor in a dew point in the mid and upper 70s, and we're talking about heat indices anywhere between 110 and 112 degrees. It is going to be incredibly hot for Friday night football. Please make sure you stay hydrated if you are going out and watching a local game. Temperatures only drop into the mid 70s through the overnight, early into your Saturday morning. A mostly sunny sky Saturday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the upper 90s, lower triple digits. Maybe we get a little bit of rain in here Saturday night, early into Sunday morning. Isolated showers both Sunday and Monday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back, everybody. John Abraham, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman, Bailey Lowery. Guy that does a wonderful job producing this show. Ooh, it's been fun so far. It's tough to get everybody else's phone calls in whenever we do have the two guests. But if you guys do want to hop in really quick, 256-5764
97.7
is the number for you guys to call in. You can join in on the conversation, whether it's going to be around the Tennessee Titans, whether it's going to be around preseason, whether it's around fantasy football, any of those. If you guys want to hop in and join the conversation, you can, as well as the conversation we're about to get in with one Mr. Trey Lance. Well, I mean,
what do you do with this guy?
I mean, you're at a weird point. Because for the 49ers, I'm going to be honest, they do not have the quarterback longevity to let go of this guy. Because, honestly, these quarterbacks are going to be dropping left and right. Brock Purdy, no telling if he's going to get injured again. No telling if Sam Darnold is going to get injured again. It's just, or, obviously have whatever else type of disease that he had that one time back in his Jets time. And then you got Trey Lance, who's just like a guy that is just nonstop injured. And, I mean, honestly, you don't want that as your third string quarterback because it's a guy that literally has shown you nothing but injuries. But it's another guy to add depth, and he still, possibly might have the talents to show something at least. But at this point, I mean, the 49ers have given him time enough, and now you just look back on what they passed on back in that 2021 draft, and you got to say, this man might be the biggest bust of all time. Now, you did show me, Bandy, just a second ago. What's the guy's name that does those videos?
Oh, man.
You'll pop that up for me. But it was showing all the different busts throughout the NFL. Tim Couch, a jersey that I was wearing actually yesterday.
From Benchwarmer Brand on TikTok.
Warmer Brand. He does some funny videos over commentary on football and all these other teams and stuff like that. But I was wearing my Tim Couch jersey yesterday. Got a few comments on it.
You have a Tim Couch jersey?
It's a Tim Couch jersey, brother. It's because it's the best fantasy football jersey because I'll be sitting on the couch watching the football. All right, but and then there's
anyone has a Tim Couch jersey.
Dude, he was the best for Kentucky. But then you look at the players though that the 49ers passed on to get Trey Lance in 2021, and you got a line of just sadness just to follow. Okay, Florida's Kyle Pitts. There's a great tight end right there. Just right out of the gates. Just don't get that guy. We don't want him. We want Trey Lance. North Dakota State University. This guy is, that Carson Wentz guy came from that school as well. And look what happened to him. They should have learned. They also passed on Jamar Chase. Okay, we can live with that one. He's a great down the field wide receiver. He's shown a lot in his few years in the NFL. Jalen Waddle, it's getting harder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these players are all really good, but just adding on, it's just like, oh my gosh.
And speaking of which, we got word yesterday that Jerry Jeudy got injured in practice.
I know that one's tough as well because I think Chad was actually setting somebody up to pick him. Maybe after seeing the news come out on his phone. He might have, but I also set him up for some things that were actually, honestly, pretty good. Shea Spears, no, it's not. No, I forgot the guy's name exactly, but he would have been a good little sleeper pick. He's the wide receiver over at Kansas City. J.C. Horn he's on the Panthers now. He's a really good cornerback from South Carolina. Patrick Surtain, the second, from Alabama. He's a Broncos quarterback. He's a cornerback. He already has 6 interceptions on his career. Devontae Smith. That's another one they passed on.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State's Justin Fields. That's another one they passed on. Which arguably, is still trying. I think Justin Fields, obviously, he's got a little bit more talent. And then Penn State's Micah Parsons, who's about to get a big bag over at the Cowboys in Jerry's land over there. So you just look at all these guys and you're thinking, okay, that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad look on the 49ers. And I don't really look at the 49ers like they're the guys to make wrong decisions. But I got to admit, having a Trey Lance come in, play a few games, get injured, come back, play a few games, get injured, come back, lose the first position to Brock Purdy because Brock Purdy's a beast, and then lose the second string position to Sam Darnold, which I'm not even going to say anything on that one because Sam Darnold's, that's Kyle Trask, Baker Mayfield type stuff right there.
Indeed.
It's getting down there, and it's just not looking too good. I mean, speak of, the Buccaneers. I mean, Trey Lance, he might be available if you want to trade. Who nobody wants to trade. Nobody wants to trade for him. Jonathan Taylor, that's a different situation. And then over at the Cardinals, they're not finding any luck with their quarterback position either because they're going to have to either go with Colt McCoy or their newly traded quarterback, Joshua Dobbs from the Cleveland Browns. Yes, that happened. Even though Kevin Stefanski literally said, we're going to go with Dobbs as the second string. Third string is going to be Dorian Thompson-Robinson. That's not going to happen anymore because Joshua Dobbs is all the way across the country. Probably going to be a first-string quarterback for this Cardinals team 4 games into the season. I could definitely see that happen. For Kyler Murray, it looks like he might be out the entire season. The entire 2023 season. So, if you guys picked anybody other than James Cook on that Cardinals team, you might be in for a world of hurt on your fantasy football squad. So, maybe start trading or just start dropping those players and picking up maybe somebody else. Just some crazy stuff going down over there. Just not something you want to see. The ACC, open 2 teams to come in. 3 teams specifically. Obviously, the Californias as well as the Stanfords out in the West. Those teams have kind of come up. Obviously, they're 2 of the 4 last teams in the Pac-12, which is just slowly but surely crumbling to the ground. And on top of that, SMU from Texas, a team that is so desperate to get into a Power 5 conference that they're not going to take any of the money from the media right deal that ESPN has with the ACC, and they're just going to be like, hey, 7 years, we can go 7 years without any money from this media deal, okay? We just want to be here. We're just thankful to be here. And it's serious conversation going down there. So we might see 2 more teams from the Pac-12 as well as 1 team from the AAC moving to the ACC. But all the stipulations and all the contracts and all that jazz still getting worked out. But the ACC is looking into maybe giving the teams that perform the best the highest amount of money, which makes sense. But at the same time, you're going to see a lot of other teams get a little upset and possibly try and jump ship. But honestly, Bandy, where the hell are they going to go? That's the problem here. And maybe some other conference is going to pick them up. But I highly doubt, any other conference wants, to bring in Syracuse or any of those other smaller named teams up in the ACC. I just don't see it happening. But who knows? This is a weird college football world we're living in. And we have to hop into a break so we can talk with the wonderful high school coach, one Mr. Ronnie Watson from Sparkman Senators football. We'll be getting into that conversation when we get back here on the Morning Blitz on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Valley Equipment Rental has grown by leaps and bounds over the past year and is adding more and more equipment to their already impressive fleet. Valley is a locally owned family equipment rental business serving the entire Tennessee Valley. They concentrate on the local contractors, building repeat business and specializing in long-term rentals for their local contractors. The benefit of long-term rental is that they stay on top of their assets. If something you own goes down in the field, you have to stop and fix it before you can finish the job. With Valley Equipment Rental, they will fix it on site or bring you another machine while that one's being fixed. More importantly, Valley is locally owned and operated, which means when you have an issue, you can get someone on it right away, right here in the Valley. Heck, ask for Ross Roberts, the owner, if you like. Try calling one of the big box national outlets and asking for the owner. That's if you can even get through the automation. Buy local. Buy Valley Equipment Rental. Valley Equipment Rental has 2 locations, one on the North and South Parkway. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowery of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
You're starting to see more and more of them on the road in Huntsville, Madison, and North Alabama. And we've got them in stock, on the ground, ready for you to test drive. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and I'm talking about the all-electric Mustang Mach-E. Come experience the torque, exhilaration, and technology of our all-electric 2023 Mach-E, and you'll see why folks are leasing and buying them as fast as we can get them. And that's not to mention you may qualify for a $7,500 tax credit. Woody Anderson Ford is offering financing as low as 2.9% for 60 months, plus $3,000 in bonus cash on the 2023 Mustang Mach-E. Or you can lease one for $449 a month. And we've also got 23 Bronco Sports for $399 a month. These are 36-month leases with $52.71 on Mach-E, $37.09 on Bronco Sport due at signing. Zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. These offers end September 4th. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Come on in today. Woody Anderson Ford, hope to see you soon.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Simply another incredibly hot afternoon across North Alabama, southern, middle Tennessee. Temperatures climbing into the upper 90s. Some of us could see the lower triple digits. Factor in a dew point in the mid and upper 70s, and we're talking about heat indices anywhere between 110 and 112 degrees. It is going to be incredibly hot for Friday night football. Please make sure you stay hydrated if you are going out and watching a local game. Temperatures only drop into the mid 70s through the overnight, early into your Saturday morning. A mostly sunny sky Saturday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the upper 90s, lower triple digits. Maybe we get a little bit of rain in here Saturday night, early into Sunday morning. Isolated showers both Sunday and Monday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Touchdown, Alabama! Hi, this is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Join us every week for Alabama football right here.
Listen to Alabama football all season long on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Blitz here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I'm the Bandiman, Bailey Lowery, joined across from me by Captain Cool John Abraham.
What's up, Bandy? Well, we gotta hop into a conversation right away because
that is true. We got someone on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline.
Yeah, to preview tonight's game is one Mr. Ronnie Watson from the good old Sparkman Senators over in Harvest, Alabama. Ronnie, how you doing today, man?
Great, man. Living the dream, just like every day.
Of course. And, I mean, we're just going to instantly go into it. I mean, it's football season is starting. You guys are going to be on at 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Just tell us a little bit of what kind of makes this all special for not just you, but all the players all together.
I mean, going into, no matter what level, if you're a junior, a senior, a sophomore, first game's always big. I mean, you prepared. You've been preparing since the Monday after the last game last season. Mm-hmm. So guys been working hard. There's just a lot of excitement, on the on campus today. First home, having it first home game last year, we were away for our first game. Just being at home always makes, just a little bit more excitement than, and we're just ready to go.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, this is a squad that's getting more and more mature. You look over on that offensive side, and you just see a list of seniors. And one of those guys that I've actually had the honor of talking to prior to the season, as well as you, during our media day, was one Mr. Josh Ward. Kind of just talk about his leadership abilities for this team and guiding them to victory.
Josh is a great young man on and off the field, very involved in the community, a lot of individual stuff that he does. He's if he's up, he's working on football. Mm-hmm. Honestly, he's in the gym, he's watching film, he's bringing, he'll work with his linemen and things in their spare time. Mm-hmm. He's just a great all-around guy, I can't wait to see what success comes to him this season.
Yeah, and looking over on the defensive side, it's just full of big bodies. One of these guys, because I've been watching a lot of the film, one of these guys that I've been seeing a lot of is Jaden Chambers, number 8. I mean, this guy is absolutely huge, and I could say he's also jacked, and literally he is jacked because he's a jack linebacker. Kind of just talk about his size and what he brings to this team on that defense.
He brings a lot. I mean, he's had a great off season, put on a lot of muscle. Probably grew another inch, in height. But he's a junior. He had a great sophomore season last year. Yeah. He's one of the big leaders when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. Again, just like Josh, first guy in meetings. Trying to lead the guys. Getting people lined up in the right spot. Just became over the, since November, has really become a student of the game.
Nice.
Again, can't wait, to see what kind of night and season he has.
Yeah, and just to kind of finish off, tell us a little bit about the other leaders on this squad, whether it's offense, defense, who has really just shown out, and what's the message you've given this team throughout the offseason?
I mean, our message has been the same thing. Day one I took over, we call it RARE. Respect everything, the game, everything around you. Be aggressive in everything you do. Be resilient and be excellent in everything you do. And to me, those are life lessons. The guys have really, took into that. But as far as leadership, Jaden Lamar, center. Him and Josh have a connection together. That to me is the alpha. Whether in meetings, weight room, anything we're doing, any kind of team activity, he pretty much takes over. Awesome guy making checks up at the line. Jaden Thomas, everybody calls Drip. He's our running back. Great young man, can't get much, better on the field, off the field. Has over 4.0 grade point average. J-Rock Chambers, which is Jalen's older brother. Playing back in the defensive secondary, great leader, gets people, moving, gets people lined up. Because we got some younger guys back there too. Wavez Ponder, middle linebacker, number 17. He come on a lot last year. He had to play unexpectedly when we lost one of our senior middle linebackers the week before game 1 last year. He really stepped up, ended up 6th in the state in tackles, and again, we're looking for great things from him as well.
Great stuff, Coach. Well, we'll let you on with your day. We'll let you get with your team, talk with them, because there's a lot of process going all the way up until kickoff. But, Coach, thank you very much. Can't wait to get you on. Can't wait to see what you guys have to offer tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Go Senators.
Thank you. Go Senators. Good stuff from the coach over at Sparkman. He's going to do some great stuff. Ronnie Watson. Guy he's a leader. I mean, you got to be a leader when you're a coach, but I love the way that he talks to his players. It's not all about football. It's all about being a great person, as well as focusing on, the school smarts as well. He embedded that into these players, as well as just getting into the gym, because these guys are huge. Let me tell you. I look over at some of these guys on this line.
Dude, you look huge.
You look huge. 6'2", 315? Jalen Lamar, like he was saying, the center for this team, his picture, it's him with the pancakes, drizzling that syrup on it. Hey, he's going to be dealing some pancakes tonight. You guys can catch it on Zone 4 here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. But for me and the Bandiman, we'll see you guys next week on the Morning Blitz. See you.
Terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Terms and conditions apply. Visit ISSA online for details.
Tired of the 9-to-5 grind? Looking for something different that's flexible?